Hello, I'm Timothy Hobbs, and today I'm going to be doing another session of live coding. This time for my project Gradesta. I'm going to be putting together my company website, and specifically what I'm going to be working on is setting it up so that I can have a blog where I'll be able to post these live coding broadcasts or recordings. So I already did some work to get myself going. And what I've been working on is I've been trying to set up a static website generated with Hugo and then publish that website. What I thought I was going to do originally was I was going to put the entire website on DigitalOcean Spaces, and I found out that this won't work because DigitalOcean Spaces does not support hosting static websites, which surprised me because S3 does. And that's just something that I didn't know. And so now I do. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use the FTP web hosting that came with the domain when I bought it. And I'm going to host the videos on DigitalOcean Spaces using the DigitalOcean Spaces plus CDN. Okay, so I just recently set up, and I want the static website to deploy every time I push to the default branch on Git. And I just set that up for another project I'm working on, Vegan Buddies. And so I'm going to literally just copy over the workflow that I already set up, and I'm going to start from there. So I already started trying to set it up, but I'm going to just replace the work with the stuff from Vegan Buddies because the Vegan Buddies stuff works. And so where were we? What's going on? Okay, took a while for it to load. Gradesta. So my GitHub? Is there a GitHub folder here? No? Okay, I need to pull then. I need to update the directory where the stuff is stored because it's stored in another place than on the Vegan Buddies. In the Vegan Buddies repo, and it's going to be at gradesta.com. I think that I have it set up the same way. I'm using the same web host. And I'll need to set up the secrets, which I obviously won't do live. But I have this set up to automatically deploy. I'll go ahead and in another window I'll set up the secrets and test everything. Okay, so I've set up the secrets, and so how it works is in GitHub you can create you can go to settings for the repository, and you can go to environments, and I added a new environment called FTP deploy, and I set it so that it only is available, the secrets are only available in the default branch, and I've added 3 secrets: the FTP password, the FTP server, and the FTP username. Now if somebody were to create a pull request and the CI were to run, then this pull request's code wouldn't have access to these secrets because it's limited to branches called default on the Gradesta repository. So it's not like this is some security problem. I do need to be careful reviewing the pull request so I don't merge in something that's going to steal those secrets. But other than that, it should be secure. And then in the GitHub action file, I'm using the FTP deploy action, and I am in the FTP deploy environment. This is important. If you don't set the environment, you won't have access to the secrets that you've added to the environment. And then I just load in those secrets here. So I can go ahead and commit that to Git, and hopefully this will work. Okay, and I'm also going to go ahead and deploy and commit the commit this, which was what I was working on before. Turns out that the third-party tool that you should use, that's best to use, is called S3CMD. I found it works really nicely. How do you spell you? So it turns out that okay, so I've finished doing this analysis from the previous stream of the ways to host videos online. And so I'm going to go and commit that. And then I'm going to start working on the website. Okay, so the current website looks like this, and there's basically only one bit of functionality here, which is that you can sign up for updates using MailChimp, and that link doesn't even work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this website with a website generated by Hugo, and I'm going to have the blog where I have the live coding video streams as well. And what I need to do now, I've already learned how to use Hugo by setting up the Vegan Buddies website. And I'm going to now go ahead and choose a theme for Gradesta.com. What I used for Vegan Buddies was a theme called Portio, right here. And I found that Portio was nice. It was easy to work with. It didn't take me too long, but it had a couple of things that weren't personally good for me. One of them was that it automatically has code to set up Google Analytics, and I don't want to have that kind of code on my website. I want to have a very clean website. If I'm going to set up analytics, I want to choose which analytics to use. I don't want to have those things pre-configured for me. I certainly don't want to use Google Analytics because it's not GDPR compliant. And so this one, though it's beautiful and it's easy to work with, I'm going to choose a different one, hoping that I find one that doesn't include the baggage, doesn't pre-configure things that I don't want. I like Fresh, like just by glancing at it, and I don't know if it has the baggage, so it uses Bulma, which is good because Bulma it's like Bulma is Bootstrap CSS for people who don't want to have a million classes everywhere and they don't want to have to learn the names of all those classes. It's basically just simpler Bootstrap. And but it does have like this stuff. Let me go and see what it's doing in terms of what all it's pulling in. So it pulls in from unpackage.com feather icons, that's fine. Google fonts are fine. jQuery, I don't care. So it seems to not be pulling in any outside scripts, which is good. Like jQuery and that's just about it. Like it has Feather. I don't know what Feather is. I'm gonna go look up Feather. Why does it need this? What is it communicating with? That's a little bit weird. I don't want it calling home or anything like that. So I'm not sure what Feather's doing there. Like, yeah, I don't know what Feather is doing there. But the theme looks nice. I can always like remove things I don't want. It's just that that's extra work and you might mess up. What other options are there here that might be good for company website with app demo? I'll show you what I set up for Vegan Buddies. And it's basically the same thing as I want to do with Gradesta. I want to have like this above the fold thing. I have this GIF that shows the wireframes for the Vegan Buddies app. And the Vegan Buddies app hadn't been created yet, but I can show people the wireframes and get them interested. And I haven't set it up yet, but I'm going to add the ability to sign up for a mailing list. And people can like join the project. And that's kind of what I want to have going on with the Gradesta website, because I haven't created the Gradesta app yet. And so I guess there's two kinds of things that are hosted on themes.gohugo.io. One is a website. I guess there's actually three really. There's personal blog websites, and that's great, but it's not what I want. And then there's company websites, which is what I want. And then there's e-commerce, like e-shop websites, and that's not what I want. So I guess like this is a company website, but I don't like the view of it or like the visuals. I just aesthetically it's not pleasing to me. This just really reminds me of like a blog spam page that I see everywhere, so I kind of like don't want it. It's aesthetically nice, but I don't want it just because it could remind other people of that, and I just don't feel comfortable with that. It's too generic, I guess. Um, so this is definitely a possibility. Doxy. Um, bunch of personal blogs. I don't know what this one is even. It's just a photo, just like has not been updated for over 2 years. That sounds promising. A live demo site. This does not seem promising. It doesn't load. Okay, so I'm not gonna try that one. But Fresh definitely like looks promising, and I don't know, that one doesn't really catch my fancy. That one's too generic looking. What about this one? This actually might be a nice, but it doesn't seem, I don't know. I don't like how the image gets cut off like that when you scroll in, when you zoom in. And the image disappears entirely when in mobile view. Let's try this. Prescoma perfect. So on the iPhone, there's no image visible. So that's definitely not what I want, because I want that like header image to get cut below the top fold. Did I just close that browser window? I shouldn't have. History. Okay. So we've ruled that one out. And okay, this one looks nice, but I don't think it really works with what I'm going for, because I want there to be an image that's like right here, like in the Portio one. This one has this geometric cut here, and so this image is basically, it can only be inspirational, it can't be semantic, or you'd have the graphics designer really think about how to make this image make sense. And I think that this is going to be done with CSS. It's not just the image that they chose for this demo, though it is sticking out here, so maybe the image they chose for the demo is cut like that. But Hmm. I'm not sure what CMS friendly here means. It sounds dangerous. It sounds like it. could contain a lot of like nasty junk that you don't want. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like me. I guess I don't identify with it. Seems like a lot of websites nowadays have like an image for mood setting that doesn't really communicate that much. And it's like obscured by other things here. And like, I think that it's good marketing, but I just, for some reason, I want to communicate a lot with everything that I'm putting on a website, and I don't really want to have a lot of mood setting noise. So these background images, these complex background images, I don't know. I'm sure they work well, but I don't know if they're really me. Like, again, here you have this mood setting image. I actually like the typesetting here. Um, so maybe I would try to repurpose this one if the where are my developer tools? Prescom Upperdeck seat. What's it pulling in? So CSS, email decode. I don't know what Slick is, but it has a CSS file, so it might just be some snip cart. Not sure what snip cart is. Maybe it can be gotten rid of. Maybe I can remove it. So much stuff. Like, when I did the Vegan Buddies website, since I was starting from scratch, and the project doesn't have much content yet, I spent most of the time, I spent hours just removing bits of the website that I didn't want to fill in. I kind of want the blog to be up top and center, you know? And here you have a lot of like convincing people. Maybe. I should start like listing the maybes somewhere. So I guess I'll just put another tender in, fill in another tender. PT4 2022-01. For a theme for the Gradesta.com website. Needs, so I need to static, GDPR compliant, simple, good looking, and I don't know, like 1,500 euros for a really nice looking company website, I guess. If I have to fill in the content and everything. I guess I should start thinking about like what it is, like what's the user story here? Somebody that doesn't know what Gradesta is at all and comes across the website is one possibility. Another possibility is somebody who's been told about Gradesta and has been linked to it. Since Gradesta doesn't exist yet, like the app doesn't exist yet, so what do I want from the users? I want them to sign up for my mailing list, maybe. I want them to contact me, to write me emails. That's actually the thing that I want most, is I want them to write me emails and tell me that my project is awesome. I want them to apply for jobs. Talk to users. So I want to get in touch with users. Build an audience. I don't know if anybody still does RSS, but if it supported RSS, that would be good. What else? I don't have that much money, but if they want to if they're freelancers and they can work for a little while, then freelancers So I need freelancers who are willing to work on a work for a limited time and won't go bankrupt if I fire them like tomorrow because I ran out of money. Um, so I have 4 things that I want from users, I guess. I don't know why the dictionary has to be set every time, but that's life. I don't know if it's automatically check or what, but it should just be both because I use check in English. I don't know how to configure that. Maybe I'll figure it out someday. So five calls to actions. Calls to action. So I have these 3 user contexts and 5 calls to action. And now I'm going to start collecting the candidates. So one was influencer. Why isn't it loading? Can I steal this? I bet that works. I bet they don't have any like content origin policy or anything like that. This doesn't seem bad. I don't know if the ordering of these themes isn't random every time you reload the page, because I didn't notice this one before. I'm actually going to go and switch over to VS Code because I think that I can show a preview of what I'm doing and it'll be nicer to work with. Wait, I want solve these problems, PT4, and then wait, that didn't do what I wanted. How do I close this? Close? Okay. Yeah, so it shows the previews. That's nice. So I can kind of collect these themes and just then look through the list and make a decision. So what else should I look at? Vex. Somehow it doesn't speak to me. Okay, Portio is nice, but I already used it for vegan buddies. I liked Fresh. Let's go and check how it works with the responsiveness. Is there a... That's nice. There's a C also here. So... Yeah, so it works in the responsive mode just fine. I think that Fresh is really, really good, except for the questions about that Stitcher thing, I guess it was called. So I'm gonna check out the see alsos. Restaurant is for restaurants. Academia is for, I see, those are just other themes by the same author with different focuses, so none of those are going to be interesting for me. Okay. I thought Doxy might be interesting. Doxy is for documentation. I guess that's not really that interesting to me. It looks nice though. What about Pico? Example site. Timeline, that's interesting. I don't think it's the right one for me. More than 2 years old. I don't know if that scare thing is correct or not. Like, I would hope that Hugo would just not break things in the future and that things could just work forever. My motto is, after all, move slow and do things once. Maybe that says something bad about Hugo and I shouldn't be using Hugo. I always get distracted by the pretty pictures and say, hey, that looks like a really nice theme, and then I look at the rest and I'm like, oh, well, that was just a really pretty picture. And then of course I'm going to have a different picture, so it's irrelevant. This is a cute idea, but not really what I'm looking for. Well, it seems that I've run out of themes to look through, and I've selected a couple, 5, and now I have to decide which one. So Portio is like really nice looking. I already used it, so I should know at least like it should be quick for me to orient myself in it. It has some cruft that's not really relevant, but that can be deleted. Fresh is also like a fine thing. So Portio has Google Analytics that needs to be deleted, but I already figured out how to do that for the Vegan Buddies website. Hugo Navigator looks like really, really corporate-y. It might like be good for But I don't know even what segment I'm focusing on right now. I haven't found product market fit, so I don't know if it's good to be too like button up shirt, because if you're too button up shirt, you could be pushing somebody away. Whereas this one is very generic in that it can appeal to audiences, just about anyone. It can appeal to the Facebook, Instagram generation, and it can also, it's perfectly professional. There's nothing unprofessional here. Chunky Poster has this very personal feeling to it, and I guess that would potentially dissuade some button-up shirt type people. So I think that this is out. This might also be out. This looks really nice, and it kind of, not just the fact that this is selling a book, but in general, the font is creating this kind of feel that it's somehow artistic or literary, I think. But of course, I'm very much influenced. Like, maybe I can try to cover those parts with my hands. You can't see that. But yeah, it just has this very print feel to it. And that could be good or bad. Like, I want to work with a segment that I like working with. I don't want to work for a market segment that I dislike. And I like the literature segment. But of course, it's not a very good segment to make money in. Maybe I'll just go with Portio again because I already worked with it yesterday, and that makes it like a lot faster for me to set up. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and commit this. One problem that I had with Portio when I set up the Vegan Buddies website was that I broke responsivity, and I haven't figured out how to fix that yet. So I'm going to go ahead and bookmark that so I don't have to type it in every time. If I go into responsive mode, this doesn't work. This covers things, and it's also like off to the side. I don't know what's up. Maybe that's actually intentional. Maybe it's intentional that it's floating, but it's definitely not intentional that it's covering. It's hiding this. And the reason why it's hiding it is because this icon is taller than the icon in the original theme. And so I'm going to have to make sure that when I put an icon there, it's not going to be square, but rectangular in shape. And so I need to replace this icon with something rectangular. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe I should just add some blank white space to the side so that it doesn't have that problem. Right, because it could just be smaller and farther up to the side. So to get started with that, what I need to do, Gradesta, commercial stuff, web. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the old web. And I'm going to replace it with a new web. Hugo. Yep. And then I need to go and do the whole git. I had to cut off my recording there because I had passwords in my bash history and you could see them when I was scrolling through them. So I'm going to have to remove those passwords from the video cast. And that's a good reason not to have passwords in your bash history. So, yeah. Whew. How do I deal with that in the future so it doesn't happen again? I guess I just need to never use that particular tool in that way. The FTP tool, the FTP tool that takes the password in the command line. I knew it was hairy before, but I didn't realize just how hairy it is that you do a webcast and all of a sudden you reveal your passwords to people. So, good thing I wasn't live streaming. I would have to go and change passwords really quick. So, that's out of the way. So let's get back to work. So, git submodule. Yeah, I need to cd into web first. Cd web, git submodule, add. And then I can go Hugo serve, and I'll move over to a new screen. Localhost 1313. Why is this? Wait, this is a different port. 46565. 46565. Localhost 46565. It's blank. Maybe I need to change something first. So this web. Okay, so it says 46565. Web server is available at 46565. You should create a template file which matches Hugo Layout's lookup rules for this combination. Did I miss something in the... Download the theme. Okay, I'm really confused now. It's serving something, but it's not really showing the theme. I remember now. You need to, in order to get this particular template to work, Gradesta, commercial stuff, web, and you need to go to themes, Portio, and you need to go to example site, star, or I guess you need to go and like that. And now, yeah, now you have the theme. And now I can start editing it, but I will do that next time.